Good afternoon. Today I'm in the kitchen. You can see the messy kitchen. We're getting ready to do tamales tonight, so I've got a pork butt simmering in preparation for shredding and making tamales with. We're going to do a lot of tamales. So that's our goal this evening. So I'm kind of in here so I can kind of monitor everything, make sure it doesn't overflow over. Then after this gets done, I'm going to have to make some sauce. That's what the pasilla chilies are back there for. But what we're here for is Jim Beam Distillers cut. Now I came across this, and for $21.99, I couldn't pass it up. It's 100 proof, 50% alcohol by volume, and it says on the box right here, aged 5 to 6 years. Oh, let me get a pour first. Now I've already had this with my bourbon for breakfast, and I can tell you right now, between that and the 3 drams I've had the last 3 nights in a row, one a night, I am surprised. It's very good. I enjoy it a whole lot. A whole lot. Because the ABV is up there. In a certain way, and it's not an exact thing, but in a certain way, it comes across sort of like a lower proof Old Granddad 114, which is a Jim Beam product. Only this is more balanced than that is. And you can also taste the almost lead up to the Knob Creek in this. It's like a Knob Creek that hasn't aged that long. So to me, it's kind of caught in a balance between the two. It's really unique and good stuff. Let me read you a little bit about it. Jim Beam Distillers Cut is only quality screened to remove barrel char pieces from the liquid. This does not change or lessen the flavor in any way. In extremes of temperature, it may appear a little cloudy, which is normal for non-chill filtered whiskey. Jim Beam Distillers Cut is a limited run, unfiltered, aged to taste Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, personally selected by master distiller Fred No. This smooth, complex bourbon is his inaugural 2017 release, meant to be shared with family and friends. Genuine Beam bourbon, unfiltered. I can tell you, they got, to my way of, in my mindset, what I've had of it so far is for $21.99. This will beat out most bourbons, $35 plus range. This is a very well made, well balanced bourbon. Enough said. Let's get to. Oh, I'm trying a new tasting glass. I've had these for a while, just never tried them. The nose is a little more muted on this than it would be with the Glencairn. It's not quite as focused, but I still get the vanilla. Still get a little bit of the vanilla. I mean the barrel char, and I get a rich toffee. And on the nose, that's really about it. There is a faint spicy character there that you get. I actually prefer this glass after the last couple of days of trying it because it's not burning my nose off like the Glencairn does when you get 100 proof alcohol. I'm not having to nose up here to get what I want to get. We'll go in for the palate. Again, it comes off, as I said in the beginning, somewhere across between Old Granddad and Knob Creek. It's not aged as long as the other Knob Creeks are, but in no means is it truly a bad product. The 100 proof doesn't drink like 100 proof. It's got a very good medium length, consistent finish to it. And that consistent finish brings the cinnamon, a little coconut, a little bit of cherry. And that's, in fact, let's not jump to the finish yet, like I just did. Up front, vanilla toffee. A little fruitiness in there. I get cherries, coconut. Not bitter in this glass. It doesn't come across as bitter. Very balanced to my way of thinking. It's not going to wow you with a lot of little nuances. What this is this is a very good, high quality, straight Kentucky bourbon with that spice rye kick in it. It's bringing some of the rye spices in it, but the cinnamon and the coconut. Coconut in this one, for me, I get coconut, a lot of coconut in this one. They're my two shine, and the toffee. And I get toffee, not caramel. Not caramel. It's toffee. It's a little bit more sweeter and a little bit more over that more sugary, almost richer flavor you get with the toffee. Finish is a good medium length finish. Holds up well. Tapers off. Again, for $21.99, I believe it would be a challenge to find anything better. I don't know what they're going to continue to do with it. I have still seen it on the shelves in a couple of liquor stores. I didn't buy it because I thought, you kind of get in that. It's another Beam product, and I like Beam products. A lot of guys, Beam's a huge conglomerate, and they just refuse to give them any respect because they're a huge conglomerate. That huge conglomerate is able to take and put millions of barrels in warehouses. They're able to sort through those millions of barrels. They're able to tailor and profile whiskeys to taste. That's why you get all the Bookers, the Knob Creek Bakers, Basil Hayden's. You get the Jim Beam Double Aged. I'm not going to go into the flavored stuff, and the Jim Beam Regular. You get their Distillers cut, which is what this is. You get the signature, the single barrels, and the little flask type bottles. Jim Beam can do a lot with their products because they have a lot of barrels available. And they go out there and they mix and match them barrels, and they can give you a quality product. Now, I'm not saying that they're the beginning all end all of all distillers. I'm not trying to do that. There's other big distillers that can do the same thing. But a lot of times in some certain circles, it's like rag on Jim Beam because they're crap. It's not a crap product. I love the 8-year-old, the old double-aged 8-year-old, and I got to do a review on it. I've got 3 little bottles left. I gave a liter bottle to Barton Scott for Christmas, and I got another liter bottle in there I just picked up. They're getting rare, kind of hard to come by, but you can still come by them here and there occasionally if you look. That's much. I want to do a straight-up comparison to this when I get around to it, so I got to keep some of this around. But in all honesty, I could really kill this bottle in a short amount of time. Anyway, I've lingered on a little too long here because I want to talk about something else. The other day, I got in the mail from foodquig sample bottles with a couple of packages of oat cakes from him. Thank you, foodquig. I sent him some back in return, samples back in return. And for my sample choices, he sent me 40 Creek Founders Reserve Canadian Whiskey, 45% ABV. He sent me 1, 2, 3 of those. J.P. Weiser's Legacy, 45%. He sent me 2 of those. He sent me Lagavulin Distillers Edition, 43% 16-year-old. I have Lagavulin 16. I've never had the Distillers Edition, so I thank him a lot for that because that's really an unusual for me. He also sent me Canadian Rockies, 46% ABV Highwood Distillery. 2 of those. And he sent me 2 Port Charlotte tins, second limited edition with 50% ABV. So, Quig took good care of me, and I'm going to enjoy trying these. I'm going to get these knocked out. I think that's a 21, the Canadian Rockies. 21? 6%? I started to open this to try it, but I wanted to get this done first. So what I'll try to do is I'll drink one for tasting, then I'll do a review on the other one. That way I can familiarize myself with this one and do a review on this one. I will probably not give them scores since they're samples. That'll probably be more like a letter grade, A, B, C, D, F, which is what I like to do with that because, you know, A and B's you want to buy again and try if you can find it. C's is okay, but, you know, it's not a bad thing. And the D's and F's, you know, you don't want to try again. So really it's kind of a more simplistic thing because you don't get to know the nuances you would, you know, if you had the 750, and you know, I've already got 5 or 6 of these samples done down to here. Easy. So I look forward to this. Thank you again, foodquig. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I'm so grateful. Much appreciated. He also sent me some to pass on to Bart and Scott, and they got theirs. With that, I've been lingering on here too long. I've made this way too long a video. So I'm going to sign off here. I'm going to have to give this a number score for bourbon. I'm going to give it an 86 out of 100. I'm really pretty impressed for what it is for $21.99. You're not going to find a better bourbon for that, and that's just the way I see it. So, everybody, have a good day. Remember, the spirit in your glass is not running from you. Take your time, sip it, and enjoy it. You'll be better for it. Good day.